How's your tips? Daggy Beaver with you for a midweek preview. We've got Canterbury and Sandown Lakeside to look at. A couple of okay cards today, Beaver. How are you travelling?
Yeah, not too shabby some of those cards there, mates, but travelling well and looking forward to getting through the form today with you and hopefully finding the punters a few winners.
That is the plan. Should we kick off at Canterbury?
Let's kick off at Canterbury.
The track is a good 4, actually. It did get the good already. So good 4 rail in the 3 metre mark. I would suggest like you don't want to be too far from the rails, but we'll watch how that pans out later in the afternoon because I've found a couple that I want to be making ground by the end of the day. There, all things being dependent, we're going to kick off with a maiden, three-year-old maiden starts today over 1,100 metres. And how are you starting the day?
Yeah, not probably one of the best races to get excited by early on here. Given that the form around those tried and tested isn't overly strong, I thought I'd go for the first starter, Rock Girls. Trial was okay, but this isn't really probably wasn't pushed out and tested. Got it on top over a pretty ordinary field.
I just went for the first leader here. I thought Global Empire's resumption was fairly good behind a decent enough horse there. The Kembla gets inside gate here, gets the rail. We'll go forward, and as you said, I don't think there's any chasers. I don't think there's a strong field at all. If anything's going to beat it, it'll be the first starter. Not much more to add there. The second is the 2-year-olds. Got a 2-year-old handicaps where Waller's backed up the float again with some debutantes. I am going to stick with the leader again here. I thought Zouprince won pretty well at Warwick Farm, and surely Canterbury suits better. Again, bounces straight to the front, whips around the fence, and if it is a place to be, I think it can. I know it only just held on against Dazzle Legend, but I think this is a much better setup for it. I've got it on top from Calibus, who was a beautiful yearling, actually. Saw it when it was a baby and comes here. Interesting jockey bookings on the Waller runners. I don't know how they all line up in any sense without some of the big guns here for Waller usually, but I've got that as the main danger. Dazzle Legend runs well again, though. What do you think of this?
Yeah, I had the same. I had the Zouprince on top as well. I thought it could just jump and run and lead these, and could be hard to run down. Sets up nice again. I think the favourite's probably because Dylan Gibbons is on a good streak at the moment. Probably a little bit unders because he's on top. So I thought Zouprince, this market should have been a bit tighter, and I've got it on top.
Yeah, agree. I thought Canterbury was against kind words last time, and I think the same thing happens here, unless there's some real intent. But yeah, sort of agree. The third is a 15 at 50 benchmark 64, and I have no strong opinion on this race. In my head, I thought Nautical Miss might be the best horse, but hasn't done anything for a long time. And I couldn't really get keen about a synthetic winner coming up from Melbourne or the Newcastle horse. So I didn't quite know where to look here. So did you have a firmer opinion?
Yeah, no, I liked the Newcastle horse because thought last start's win was pretty promising over the 1400, steps up to 1550 here. And the start before that ran second behind Terramata, who's come out, I think, won again since then. So I think it can be super hard to beat if it maintains its upward trend there.
The fourth is a 1250 benchmark 64. We've lost half the field. Unfortunately, it was the half I was keener on. Are you giving Nostalgia another chance?
Look, it's definitely a chance, but I'm going to go for the fresh horse in Satin Star. Only had the 2 starts. Won its first race, beating Pereil. That's a good win. And then was put out after running 6 in its next start, freshened up for this, and does get Daniel Gibbons here from the Mar Eustace stable, so I think he can run well.
I'm left with it on top as well, but I do think Nostalgia, back to the scene of the crime, inside gate for Collett, does run very well here. And I'm interested to see if Dakota Varoom pops up on Saturday somewhere, given that would have been top pick. The fifth, again, I've lost a key chance to enable Willie. So I am with the market in King of Naples, now third up, inside gate, Zach Lloyd hit line very well last time out. I think slight drop in grade even helps as well on top for me. From Shines, who comes up from Melbourne and could find the bunny here. Thought they were the 2 main chances. What do you think?
Yeah, I stuck with King of Naples myself as well. I think third up here is perfect. It was pretty good last start, hit the line well. That was a good run for this. I think it sets up nicely in gate 3 and should get an ideal run on top for me.
The 6 is a benchmark 72 over the 1100 metres. Who do you like?
Yeah, really keen on Mr. Kennedy here. Finally broke through last start. That was a pretty emphatic win, and counter move came out on the weekend, and Frank that form won a nice race at Newcastle and looked quite strong. Now it's broken through. I think it will continue on its upward trend. Yeah, nice bet.
The only danger, and who I would have clearly had on top if it didn't have a 3 kilo claimer, is Miss Kajiki. It was a nice winner here, fresh last prep. Short spell, nice trial since. Straight back to town. I think runs well. I would have liked a senior jock. So I'm going to go Miss Kennedy from Miss Kajiki, and I don't think there's too much else to this. The rest of this is a bush race. So if we're able to cover both, I will. But for now, we'll leave it in that order. We're going to finish up with a 1900 meter benchmark 72. And I'm going to finish up having a spec, if we're making ground, on Travelling Kate here. I think it was a nice resumption. I think it's been some much better stuff than this. This race is up for grabs. And I think it can, with John Van Overmeer there, it's even mapped outside lead on the New South Wales maps. But with some intent, I think runs better than the $13 from Sophia's Magic, who I'm just going to completely forget the Saturday run. The run before resuming was pretty good. So they're the two primary chances for me. What have you thought of this?
Yeah, interesting race. Looks like Waller holds the key here. Got 3 chances. I'm going to go for his outsider, Darlington County. I think it can run well. Its last few runs have been reasonable in probably better company than this. A couple of starts back, 5th, less than a couple of lengths behind King of the Castle at the farm. And then went up even in grade from that over the 1800 and wasn't that far away from him. Look, all of these horses are pretty hard to catch, so I thought it just provided some good value in a pretty wide market.
Who's your best value on the whole card and your best bet as well?
My best bet is clear. Race 6, number 6, Mr. Kennedy. I think it's going to be super hard to beat. And value was pretty hard to come up with. So I went for race 2, number 1, Zouprince, around the $5.50, $6 mark.
I'm going to start the card with a winner. Race 1, number 1, Global Empire is my best. And again, tricky card for value. So the spec on race 7, number 8, Travelling Kate, will be my value on the program. We head down to Sandown. We're on the Lakeside track again. Soft track. Rail moves out 6 meters. I think should play okay, but there's always the fear at Lakeside. We get the inside rail, the place to be. Not a bad card. We get into some deep races in the back, one of which I haven't actually finished yet, but we'll see what you've got to offer. We kick off with the babies over 1,300 meters, a 2-year-old handicap, where I think that Lakeside should suit Spellmaster coming here for the Buston Young team. Sat outside lead on debut. Was quite brave. Big gap back to 3rd. I think Ollie pushes across and takes this up and runs well. But there's some other bits and pieces here. Double Glaze trialled like it was shot out of a cannon on a couple of occasions there. The Grey and Spring Eagle probably should have won last start on a Saturday. So this is a good race, I think, and very interesting how it pans out, but I'm going to go in that order. What have you thought, Beef?
Yeah, I've gone for Spring Eagle at the price, at the $7. As you said, most unlucky last start, and that was a bit of an eye catcher. In Saturday company, has only had the 3 starts. It did win its very first start, and then at Caulfield was a bit off them behind a decent horse in Outback Miss. So I think it can run well, and I've got it on top, presenting nice value.
Beautiful. The second is a 1,400 meter maiden. Who do you like here?
Yeah, this is close to nearly impossible. Price can't have the 2 favourites, both unraced. So be interesting to see if there's any betting moves for either of those. That would be a good guide. I've gone for I Gotcha from the Mar Eustace stable. I think it can run well. Probably It's out of Persons de Lune, so might be looking for a bit further than this, but as first starter, 1400 looks ideal, and I think it can run a big race.
As you said, very tricky. I think the two Price Kent first starters hold the key. You sort of allude to that. I don't know which way to go though. They've both trialled on pace and trialled really well. So watch and learn. The cut out of the ground should suit I Got You being out of Persons de Lune. So is also a live chance. Another learning affair there. The third is a 1400 meter benchmark 70. I'm going to take on this favourite here. I'm going to have an each way play around a couple of on paces. First being Star Mistress, who comes off a win. Third up, has everything in the same vein as it had last time out. Won here pretty well. Rolls to the front under Geordie Charles and is still $9. I like it. From Buell Bay, who will be right on its back and is going really well. Chased Anahita last time. That wasn't a bad race. And you can back them both each way, and I think you get a result. I'm going to stick with those two predominantly here. What are you thinking?
No, I'm going to go with the favourites. I love when Paddy Payne gets these horses up and going quickly, and this had great form last preparation. Blew them away first up here at Donald, and this looks another ideal target here. I think it's probably the most progressive of all of these. And for that reason, I've got it on top, and it gets a 2 kilo claim. So everything sits nicely for it. But I think you're right. Star Mistress is the main danger. Third up here was a nice win. Beat a good horse, Von Huke, who came out and won pretty well after that. So that form looks like it stacks up, which has me a little bit concerned. But Ellen's licensed on top.
The fourth is the staying race, a benchmark 70, 2,400 metres. And which way are you going?
Yeah, I'm going for the second favourite here in Alhambra Lad. Again, from the Payne stable. Won its last two. Beat the favourite pretty comfortably last start. Obviously, a little bit of turnarounds on some of the weights, but that's marginal. Usually when they beat them that well, I'm just surprised that it's that way in the market.
I can only imagine it's because of the gate. I don't know why it's not favourite.
Yeah, I don't know. One's got 8 and one's got 6. I don't know that that's a big problem given. And it comes in, there's a few scratchings. I just don't quite understand the market here, but maybe they know something that I don't. But based on that, I've got the Alhambra Lad on top.
I think people see 63 kilos and freak out as well. But I've got Alhambra Lad on top. Lachlan Overall rode it last time when it brained this field and sticks. So it's only carrying a couple of kilos over Fabulous. I think it beats it again. And there's not a lot of on-pace opposition here. This can just roll forward and do what it likes. I think they're the two key hopes, but I'm the same as you. I'm sticking with the winner out of the lead-up. The fifth is a very tricky 2,100 metre benchmark 70, in which I don't have a lot to offer. I thought if we get a good track, I might have something on Burgunder, but it just doesn't go at all in the wet. And I was going to make the other main play here, Mystery Moment, going really well. Real line chaser. Obviously disqualified the last couple, but they were very nice runs. And Guinea Sticks, I think they're the two main ones. If it stays soft, I'll only cover Mystery Moment. What do you make of this one?
Yeah, look, I think this is a really tricky race. I kind of narrowed it down to 3, and I could make cases for all of them. I went for Sir Rockford on top. It was going really good down south, came to Sydney, didn't go as good as what was expected behind Touristic, but goes back there. This is a much easier race than that race it came to here. So I think he can bounce back. But I also thought a couple of other horses, Angel of Light, again, from Sydney's had decent form, goes to Melbourne. And Matthew, you can put a line through it last run. It can improve here. So I think they're the 3 you can all back, but on top, Sir Rockford.
Excellent. We've got the 6, which is a 1,200 metre benchmark 64, and I've lost all my key chances here. I'm left with Coriolus on top. Each way price here. A couple of nice runs at Newcastle. Gets Carleen Heffel, and I don't think this is an overly strong affair. Main danger, the Guava, who's honest as always for your man, Paddy Payne. interested to see where those couple of lightly raced other horses go, the bit of the Blarney and Kingwell, but not for today. What have you made of this?
Yeah, I went the same way. Coriolus on top
Cool.
as well. Third up here, couple of nice runs up in Sydney at Newcastle, and now goes down to Melbourne. We see that form stack up all the time. Got a 1.5 kilo claim. I think he can run well. Main danger, the swooper resuming. Ran a couple of nice races when in work last time out. May run well fresh.
The 7th is a benchmark 70, 1,200 meters. I gave up on this race. I haven't had time to do it properly, and I don't know if I would have found the answer if I had of. Is there anything you like?
I'm sticking with Brave Star, 2 from 2 from this time in. Third up here, winning form's good form against this type of company. Yeah, this is a bloody hard race, you're right. So I've got it on top. I thought the resuming blow-in can run well on its day and has a bit of ability, but if you like something in this, I wouldn't turn you off it.
Beauty. And we're going to finish the day with a mile benchmark 70, and I'm going to finish the day with the best of the day in Time Quest. Flying, great win last time, has these covered, and to me has lost a couple of main dangers in the field. So, yeah, finishing the day with a winner. Number 10, Time Quest.
Yep, same for me. Clear on top pick here is going really well. Looks hard to beat. You know, main danger, if it could strike some of its best form, is Alredonte, but clear on top for me is Time Quest.
Excellent. As mentioned, my best of the day, race 8, number 10, Time Quest for progroupracing.com.au. And I'm left with my value was race 6, number 16, Coriolus for the blue colours down south.
Yeah, my best is the same. Race 8, number 10, Time Quest. And my value bet is race 5, number 2, Sir Rockford.
Awesome. What's happening in Queensland?
Mate, what is happening in Queensland? A little bit's going on up there. I did find a few for us up there today. Not an overly meeting I'm overly keen on. The couple later in the day, race 6, number 3, Whitewater. It was good first up. I think he can run well. Followed by race 7, number 6, Deep Rouge. They were my 2 up there.
I've only just noticed this, but Grafton's on today, the Grafton Guineas and Crafty Eagles, $2.50 in the Grafton Guineas. Probably a reasonable enough bet there. We've also got deep.
It's the big carnival there. So I think the Ramorny's on as well today. So really nice races there.
Yeah, the Ramorny is on. Deep Hall's the favourite.
Yes, hard to beat.
There. Yeah. That's it. So we'll be back Thursday night to look at Flemington and Randwick. We've got a headquarters day as we head towards the onset of spring. You have a good afternoon, Beaver. You give the Blues any hope tonight?
No. Probably mean they win. But yeah. I'm just hoping.
No, they got none.
Yeah, none.
All righty. See you, boys and girls. We'll be back tomorrow night. Bye.